So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara.
And he'll get this to the 32. You look at this Cowboy defense.
And they played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Here's Rattler.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second and 7. They'll throw. Here's Rattler.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
To Brandon Cooks. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Saints.
Rattler working out of the gun.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Pretty good throw there by the rookie to move the chains. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
2nd and 6. Now Rattler.
He gets it to Cooks. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Blake Groupie now for the extra point.
And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Prescott. He's got it complete to Tolbert. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Cowboys had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And you look at this Saints defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
He is going nowhere. Enveloped behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Prescott to throw it. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. On play action, Rattler. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Two yards to go, 2nd down. To the air is Rattler. Wisely will throw that one away.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Rattler wants to throw it. And this one taken in by Olave. And some room to work. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards.
And there's an example of not taking your practice work, your drill work, and turning it into game speed. You work on that all the time. 3rd and long, you want to let them make the catch, rally to the football, tackle them short of the sticks. The pursuit there, not that great.
Yeah, not great. That may be an understatement. That turned into a big play. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Now they'll change things up. Throwing is Rattler.
Got a man, it's Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks with career touchdown number 60.
And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. And a point after, good by Groupie.
And that'll make the score 14-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
He hits Blue. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
Now Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, 47.
Throwing. Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jake Ferguson,
His first touchdown of the new season.
and the Cowboys are back within a score. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that'll make our score 14-7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and, you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
And now an audible here into something else. From the shotgun, Rattler.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They go again with blue. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
Escaping the pressure right.
And that's complete downfield to Cooks. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. There again is Cooks, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Back to throw again. Gets this one to Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And Rattler, he'll throw again.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And his kick is indeed good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Cowboys 14.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
In motion, that's Tolbert.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, Great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Handoff, Blue running right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Prescott now. Drops it to Blue, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. Here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Would have put him in the lead.